Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And what could be better than a rich, annoying customer of a restaurant you don't work at, right? A crazy, rich, annoying customer. And our first story today. Don't lie to me like that. You haven't worked at X place in over 6 months. You took my order 2 days ago. But before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. I kind of forgot this happened a couple years ago, but it all came back reading this sub. The backstory is that I'd quit working at this small yet very popular restaurant where I was working full-time for about a year because it was getting to be too much with school in the mix. Just to set the scene, there's a nice public park right in front of the university library. Being that it was a big city and we had no real campus, we treated it like it was, much to the locals' dismay. So at any given time, it was full of students. I was taking a break from studying and having a yogurt and some type of unhealthy pastry I was really looking forward to when this man sat down next to me, like so close that our thighs were grazing, in a park with plenty of benches. I mean, there was plenty of space on the bench we were sitting on. My instinct was immediately like, yep, gotta go, this is creepy. So I get up to leave, but he grabs my forearm and gently but strongly pulls me back down on the seat as I'm getting up. My pastry fell to the ground, which, F you, dude. And now I'm beginning to get scared, but not too scared because there was no shortage of people around. Him, hey Greenzo from Tiny Restaurant. He knew my name and all, which at that moment felt kind of nice. Me, yeah, that's me. And I immediately recognize him as the rich D-bag regular who kept people waiting in line to tell me and other employees about his fishing trips in Annapolis and how big his catches were and about his cars and his homes, and he never lets us forget it, in the Hamptons. Him, what are you doing? Taking a break from work? The restaurant was a couple blocks away. Me, no, actually I quit over 6 months ago. School and stuff, you know. Him, no, I saw you 2 days ago. Me, well, it wasn't me because I haven't set foot in that place in ages. Him, nope, I saw you 2 days ago. You took my order. Me, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe there's a new employee that looks like me. Him, nope, I know what I saw. Don't lie to me. I talked to you. No, you didn't. What poor employee have you been calling my name, refusing to learn theirs? Me, I really got to go now, but it was nice talking to you. And he grips my arm and pulls me down again, and now I'm just fuming inside, watching pigeons nibble at my Danish or whatever the hell it was, but mostly because this a-hole thinks he can put his hands on me twice now, and thinks he knows better than me where in space and time I was existing last week. Him, give me that napkin, you spilled yogurt on me. That really, really did me in. I let the napkin drop to the ground because I'm a vengeful a-hole in situations like this. Him, bewildered. Excuse you? Me, pissed. I don't need to effing give you napkins. You're not my customer anymore, and even if you were, I'd still be off duty being here. Get your hands off me. And he was like genuinely shocked that I was speaking to him this way. His eyebrows go way up high and everything. In retrospect, it's kind of funny how out of touch this person was. Him. I'm going to have a word with Mary, the owner, about this. Either I won't be disrespected by minimum wage employees, or I'm not going back to that place ever again. Me, under my breath, but not really. Yeah, because you're keeping that place afloat all by your lonesome. I get wordy and snarky when I'm angry. Anyway, after a few more minutes of talking to a wall back and forth, of me trying to convince him that I hadn't worked there in 6 months and him calling me a liar, I got out of the situation. Mostly because a city cop had been looking at him tersely for a while now. I think it was a day or two later that Mary, the owner, sent me an email trying to laugh it off along with the lines of, rich people, you know what I mean? Someone obviously didn't get enough yogurt on that day. And our next story. No, I'm not your Uber, you're just very drunk. I used to work in Washington, D.C. as a chef, including one stint at a very boutique hotel. On New Year's Eve a couple years ago, we threw a huge party for all of our VIP guests and many of Washington's elite. Of course, it ended up running very late, and I didn't get out until probably 1 a.m. New Year's Day. I get out and pick up my car from a garage at 31st Street and K in Georgetown. If you're from D.C., you know this is a crazy congested location. I happened to be driving a Prius at the time, which is all the rage for Uber drivers, and as I was trying to drive down K Street for, maybe half a mile before I could turn off and take some back roads to get on the highway and get to my house in Maryland. That half mile takes about 45 minutes. The streets are packed with cars and highly intoxicated people just stumbling through the streets. Now, at least 10 people seemed to think I was their Uber driver. First time that happened was basically my fault since I left my door unlocked. A man without asking, I could tell was some kid who went to Georgetown Law and had his parents pay for everything, will be DG1. DG1 gets into the back of my car with a lit cigarette and says nothing. Me, dude, WTF are you doing? DG1, I put my address in the app. Started to click in my head that he thinks I'm an Uber driver. Me, I'm not your effing Uber kid, get the F out of my car. DG1, I'm paying you, you effing drive. I'd just done a 14-hour shift and had to get home, sleep for 4 hours, and come back for brunch the next day, so I was having absolutely none of this. Luckily, we weren't moving, so I was able to get out of my car, throw him onto the sidewalk, and get back in. DG1 proceeded to lay there for a few seconds, stand up, flip me off, and crawl away. I, of course, locked my car and continued to wait. Some more people tried opening my back door, but soon realized I wasn't their Uber. Then DG2 arrives. DG2 tried opening my back door. When it didn't open immediately, he goes full Donkey Kong and puts his full body weight in pulling my effing door handle. He's no older than 22 and wearing what has to be a very expensive suit. See a pattern? Me. I'm not your effing Uber, dude. DG2 pounding on my window. Yo, why is your door effing locked? Me. I'm not an Uber. Get away from my car. DG2 began reciting his address to me in a thin crack of a window I'm using to yell at him. Me. Do you have friends somewhere? Go find them. DG2 then punches my window with the force of a hand-fed child of an elitist, smiling at his might, and walked off. A few more incidents occur, mostly drunk kids who immediately realized their mistake and found it to be the funniest thing on the planet. I finally get off K Street, take residential areas till I hit the highway, and then go home for what little rest I could get. Needless to say, the next year I drove with a friend at my work, and the next New Year's I had sold my car, mostly because it was a 2004 model and was getting old, but I was forever haunted by the memories of annoying college kids thinking I was an Uber. I think the key word in this story is drunk. And our third story today. Give me back my pictures. So this was a while back with my old company. I was a contractor attached to IT departments for very specific tasks. For this particular one, without going into too much detail, I managed their print services. It's important to point out I have an IT-colored badge, so it was understandable why there would be some confusion as people would see me walking around. I take a stroll to one of the remote sites to figure out some solutions to a printing issue. I didn't realize they had changed their door code, so I had to talk to the receptionist. Let's call her R. Me. Hi, I'm Rectorall, here to look at some printing issues. Can you buzz me in? R sees my badge and immediately becomes irritated. R. Well, it's about time. Give me back my pictures. Me, visibly confused. What pictures? R. You know what I'm talking about. IT took my pictures. It takes about 5 minutes for me to figure out she's talking about how IT replaced her computer over the weekend and apparently it had personal pictures on it. Me. Okay, well, you can call the service desk at this number. I gave a card with the service desk info, or email them and they might be able to help you out. R. I already did, and they told me they can't help. I'm not letting you leave until you get my pictures back. Me. Okay, I only do print services. I'm not actually an employee of the company. I know it's company policy not to store personal photos on the computers, though. R. I don't care. Fix it. Me. Can you please just buzz me in so I can fix what I'm here for? R. No, I said you are not leaving. So I pick up my phone and call the IT department to get the new door code so I can just get around her. R's now screaming in the background. The guy from IT's laughing because he recognized the voice and told me they already shredded her HD, but that's not my issue to deal with anyway. I punch in the door code and R is furious at this point. She threw a stapler at me as I walked past her desk. Me. Excuse me, did you just throw a stapler at me? You know that's assault. R. Well, stealing pictures of my kids is perverted. That's illegal too. Me. For the last time, I'm not your IT department. You need to call them. Supervisor comes over at this point. We talk in the corner for a couple minutes. R has switched to sobbing, and some of the girls in the office are comforting her and glaring at me. I explain the situation. Supervisor goes and talks to R, then she comes back. S. You know it's a fireable offense to steal people's personal photos? Me. My jaw dropping. Okay. I'm leaving. You can call IT supervisor and explain to him why you're not going to be able to print. S. Wait, what? Me. I have nothing to do with her. Pointing at the receptionist. As I explained, I'm an IT contractor here to assist with printing services. I'll be back when IT supervisor gives me the all clear to come back. S. What about her pictures? At this point, the supervisor is getting irritated. More office women are whispering and glaring at me. I just leave. R tried to block my way, but I moved quick enough to get to the lobby. Me. Have a nice day. I'll be back. I smiled and waved. So I get back to the IT department, explain the situation to the supervisor. He laughs and explains he got the CTO involved and did a written warning to the whole department on using work computers to store personal photos. I end up going back a week later to finally fix their printing issue. No one looks me in the eye or talks to me. I call that one a win. And guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.